So hello guys, this is Atul from Be Practical Tech Solution. So today we came up with a very interesting question. So let's try to understand the question first. We came up with a very interesting question. So let's try to understand the question first. So what is here we have in this given question, we have an array and the integer k. So what we have to do, we have to find the maximum element from all the continuous subarray of size k. So it means that if we think like, okay, so this is the array, and let's say, for example, the value of k is 3 given. So it means that inside this sub-array having the length 3, because here you can see this, it is given as a sub-array of size k. So it means that the k is going to determine like what is going to be the length of each and every sub-arrays. So let's say here, I have this one sub-array, and there what we have to find out, we have to find out the maximum element. Okay, so in this given array, I have to find out which is the maximum element, that is 3. Then this is going to be our next sub-array. The maximum element is again 3. Again from this sub-array, it's the 4. Again from this sub-array, it's 5. Again from this, it's going to be 5. Again from here to here, again it is 5. And then from here to here, it's going to be 6. So like that way only we have to find out the sub-arrays first, and then we have to get the maximum element from there. And one thing, we have to make sure that the size of every sub-array is going to be 3 only. Right? So now let's start writing the code. So what we are going to do is like, let's create one function. Let's say public static. And what we can do is like here, we have to return all the possible maximum values from each sub-array, right? So let's say I'm going to return it as a list of integer only. Okay, list of integer, which is going to contain all the maximum values from the given sub-arrays. And let's say here I'm going to write like get maximum elements. Now here I'm going to pass array. Now, so let's try to iterate what we have. So control shift O, so it will, it will import the package. Now we are getting this error because we have to return the list. So don't worry about that one. We can create it like list of integer as a list is equals to new array list. Like this, control shift O to import the package. And at the end, we are going to return this list. Okay, fine. Now what we have to do, we have to iterate over the this array. Also, one thing we have to keep in mind that because we have to create the sub arrays. So like this, it is going to be based on the number of k elements, because that's what only is deciding the size of a sub array. So based on that, we have to make sure that the value of I, when the value of I reaches here, the value of j can travel up to here, right? Because if we iterate up to here, so then we can get the array index out of bound exception. So what we can do is like, we have to make sure that whatever the k size is given, we have to maintain that one as a size of subarray. So what we can do is like, let's say I'm going to write for int I is equals to 0. It is going to start from here. And up to where it has to stop? Up to based on the current value of k, that is given as a 3. So based on that, it means the value of I should stop here only, so that the value of j is moving from here to here and make the subarray of the size 3, right? So because we have to maintain this size, so what we can do is like I should be less than equals to array dot length minus k. Okay, up to this size. So here, let me pass this value in k. Up to this value, it has to pass. Like it has to traverse I plus plus. We can put it inside the bracket also to make more clear for understanding. Now here, what we have to do, every time whenever we are done with, we have to create a subarray. From this given array, we have to create subarray. So what we can do is like, let's create a one temporary array. Let's create one temporary array, which is going to contain all the possible subarrays. Like it is one by one. I am going to store the subarray in this temporary array itself. Equals to new int, and here the size of this array is going to be, sorry, this temporary array is going to be k, because I want to store only 3 elements, and then from that I need to get the maximum. So now here, let's create a one counter variable, so that I need to make sure that whenever I'm going to reach the value 3, I should break and start a new subarray. So let's say int count is equals to 0. Now for int j is equals to I, because now let's say I is starting from here. Whatever, like now I have for the second subarray I have to create, so I have to start from here only. Okay, if I have to create the third subarray, so it means that it has to go as the value of I reaches here, I should start from here only. I like that only when the I reaches here, I should cover the subarray of size 3 here. So that's why I'm going to start with the j equals to I, then j, less than array dot length, then j plus plus. Now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check if the value of count is equals to 3, right? Or not 3, because it is a k. So you should give k. If that value is equals to k, then I should break. Mean to say that the sub array of size k has been ready. But if it is not, then what I can do, I can add that element inside the temporary array. Excuse me. Array of I. Or not in fact I, it should be j, because this is a counter. Okay. So once I'm going to add this one inside the temporary, also what I'm going to do here, we can do this one also, or for better understanding, let me make this one as a count plus plus here. Right now, once every time this is going to be done, when every element has been iterated, so what I have to do, I have to add all the elements which are maximum, right? So every time when I am going to go for the next iteration, what I can do is like, I'm going to call list dot add. Here, what I have to do, I have to get the maximum value from the subarray. So here, let me create one more function. Here, let me create one more function as a get max. Okay. Now, inside this, I'm going to send the temporary array. Like whatever the array, subarray we are getting, I'm going to try, I'm getting the maximum value from it. So for that one, let me create a new function, get max. Go down here. Okay, now here you can see I have a private function. Now what I can do is like, it's very simple. We have already the predefined class arrays dot sort. It will sort me that integer. This one I can use, and here I'm going to pass the temp, and based on that, if it is like I got the sorted array, what I have to do, I just need to return the data as a temp dot length minus 1. That is the last value. Okay, so it will store all the maximum values from the subarray, and at the end we are returning this list. So likewise only it is going to, let's say for example, for the first three, it will create this subarray. It will find out the using the get max function. It will fetch the value 3 and store it inside the list. Likewise only all the values are going to be stored. Now let's call this function and check that whether we are getting the output. So here, because it is returning the list, so directly let me print this. And what is the name of the function? Get maximum element. So let me copy this. Control V. And here I'm going to pass array and int. But it's oh sorry, this is not an array here. It's a square bracket, right? Yeah. Fine. So now manually if we check, we should get 3, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 5, then again 5, and then 6. Let's see whether we are getting or not. Okay, what happened here? There should be something not correct. Let's check that. What can be the reason? List of integer we are checking. We are sending one array. We are creating one temporary array also. And we have the array list. I is equals to 0. And then the minus k. And then I plus plus, right? This is correct only. And we have a counter value 0 starting with I. Then here, we can put this one inside the bracket itself. Now here we are checking that if, okay, what we have done the mistake is like this function should be called after the outer for loop. Right, for inner for loop. Yes, so this was a mistake. Now it should work. Right, we are now getting. So here, let's see this. We are getting the output. Now let's say if I'm going to make as per the size of the window, we are getting the value maximum 3, 3, and like that. Now, if let's say I'm going to change the size of the window as a 2 only. So now from here I will get 2, then 3, then again 3, then 4, then 5, 5, 3, and then 6. So let's run the code, save it. Right, we are getting, if the window size is now 2, so we are getting 2. Then here you can see 3. Then here we are seeing that 3, yes. Then now after that 1 and 4, so 4 is the outer maximum element. Then 4 and 5, 5 is the maximum element. 5 and 2 again 5 is the maximum element. 2 and 3 again 3 is the maximum element, and 3 and 6 again 6 is the maximum element. So our code is absolutely working fine. So hope you guys understood the concept, like what pattern we have used here. It's a very simple question. Okay, so hope you guys understood, and so I will really thankful.
Understand the concept. See you in another day. Thank you.